Well, hello everyone. This is Miss Digital Nomad Lynette Richardson, and today I'm with Eugene Collins, the president of the Baton Rouge Branch of the NAACP. And so I just did, he has a radio show. We just did that radio show earlier, and I just want to take you guys on a walk through the NAACP headquarters.
This is the NAACP Statewide Headquarters. Myself and President McClanahan just finished our weekly show, which we do every Sunday at 5 o'clock, which is the NAACP Presidents on WTQT 106.1 here in Baton Rouge FM. So I'm going to go ahead and give y'all a little tour around the station. This is the studio here. If it looks old, that's because it is.
It's effective.
Yep.
That's all that matters.
You can follow me over here. So this is where all the radio magic happens with all the program managers and all the stuff in this room. And the techs and all that good stuff. All the smart people. That's where Dr. J sits over here. Dr. J, before we start about Dr. J, Dr. J is our president emeritus.
Okay.
He was our longtime statewide president for the NAACP here in Louisiana. And just like regular tradition, Dr. J still sits right here and provides guidance and tells us all what to do.
Very nice, very nice.
Come on up. So I like to call this the Hall of Reminders. I like to walk over here every now and then. It's kind of old school and it reminds all the folks that walk these stairways and fought all the fights that we fight today.
Wow, it's a lot of history.
A lot of history. A lot of history. A lot of folks fought. We think our fights are tough, but they fought stuff so much harder.
Very true. Eugene had a birthday this weekend, huh?
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday.
They saw the film in one after a while.
Right.
And I stay with President on a call.
Okay.
So I'm going to do this part first. Right, this is Arthur Thomas. Arthur Thomas is the former international president of Phi Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, as well as, we'll talk about important pieces of litigation that's been liable for the NAACP here in Baton Rouge. A lot of those lawsuits come right out of that office.
Wow.
She's running the laptop typing them out.
Let's see. This is the office he's referring to right here.
To come out here with 40, 50 grand at least
Legal
in our
suites.
coffers because we've done enough work throughout the
That's
year.
statewide president
For
there.
a person to say either they're gonna be a part of this, or if I won't be a part, how can I give you my check? And so we got
This is the ballroom oversteady. And you can see here, I think they gave that award to R. Kelly before he was R. Kelly.
Yeah, let's note that.
Funny story. So like my third day on the job, right? They gave this award like 25 years ago. My third day on the job, they called me and asked me about an award we gave to R. Kelly 25 years ago. I had just got elected, right? So I don't even know what they're talking about. So I had to go dig up the president that gave me the award. I'm like, what? And I called it was TMZ. My third day on the job, I got TMZ called. I'm like, man, well, look, the dude dead. I don't really know what to tell you. But I'm like, whatever he did, like, they made him pay for it.
Right.
So, and this is some of the historic stuff here. We, President Emeritus Dr. J was not only president of NAACP for a very long time, but he was ambassador for the United States to the United Nations for a little while. He received that appointment as well. And you'll just see some of the historic stuff here with the NAACP. Dr. J meeting Reverend Lowry on the march to the mansion. Dr. Reverend Lowry on the inauguration day with President Obama as well.
Well, that's just interesting. There's a lot of history just not in like Louisiana itself. And with the NAACP and the history of the NAACP being like originating here in Louisiana.
Oh yeah, like when you
So
look at,
not a lot of people know that.
Look at Rupert Richardson, right? Rupert Richardson was the national president for the NAACP. And she was right here from Baton Rouge.
Okay.
And there's a whole ton of history around Baton Rouge and the NAACP. Baton Rouge has had a proud tradition of civil rights. And the NAACP has always been at the front of that. And some of the things you'll see listed on this graphic here, the NAACP, we talk about integrating lunch counters. It was students from Southern University and NAACP organized. You talk about integrating cheerleading squads and dance teams at LSU. It was NAACP that done that. From the bus boycott.
The bus boycott.
People don't know Dr. King came to Baton Rouge and met with the then NAACP president about how they were organizing the bus boycott here in Baton Rouge. I mean, I think it was Pastor Jimerson. So they came here and studied how we were doing the bus boycott and took that other places.
Exactly.
But and one of the criticisms of the boycott here is that it only lasted a week because they got the system to actually agree to their demands in a week. And some of the community members actually wanted it to be a little bit longer. But it only lasted a week here. But that started here. The longest standing desegregation case in education in the nation was here in Baton Rouge. And that was an NAACP lawsuit. So a rich, proud tradition and history of NAACP in Baton Rouge. And this is Dr. J. One thing when they took about 20,000 people to the governor's mansion in '96, it was crazy because I remember being at this march, right? And in '96, I might have been, I was 12. I was 12. I remember seeing those old guys, and they were hard charging, right? That was a different time, different moment. But you know, that was one of the real historic things that happened here. Then you see Dr. Johnson alongside Ben Zealous, you know, and when they were going to look at the environmental damage on the coast, when all that stuff happened, they came down, and President Obama came down again. You know, the NAACP was on the forefront of that. And this is really cool. A lot of people don't realize that the NAACP president here in Louisiana in 2001 was a delegate to the United States, Dr. Ernest Johnson. So we have one of the richest traditions within the NAACP.
And that was the gentleman who we were talking about earlier that sits in that chair.
Still sits downstairs.
Sitting in that chair. So that's the connection there.
Yeah,
all right, and this is him here.
Yeah. Still sits downstairs and tells us what we're not doing right. And that's what makes it like being a president, like him, like such a cool thing, because you're tied to so many different parts of history. Right? I can pick up the phone and call like historical figures that's still around, like Dr. J.
Wow.
And it's a lot to live up to too, because you've never had branches here that didn't fight. Like no matter what else was going on, like this branch has always been a branch that was fighters, people that didn't take no for an answer. We were gonna get it, we were gonna take it.
That's it.
You know? And just some of the stuff here, Dr. J talked about, but yeah, it's real cool. A whole lot of history in this building. A whole lot of history.
Yeah, it really is. And you know, it's not often that people get to walk into the office, into the headquarters. So this is a unique opportunity, and I think it's important. I mean, it's important always, but it seems to be on the forefront of people's lobes of what's going on with in the recent times of 2020 and into 2021. But at the end of the day, NAACP is here, has been here, and continues to be here. So
it continues to be here. You know, for years we looked at that photo again. For years, a lot of the concerts that happen here in town, folks don't know, but they were put on by the NAACP because they were started as an effort to show people that we weren't just fighters, right? That we can have a little fun too. Right. One of the things we heard from people, we're starting to even hear again now, so we gotta do some fun things, right?
Right.
All you gotta do is fight. So we gotta throw a party every now and then.
Which we did this weekend. We had a good time. So.
And I even stayed till at least 9:30. They stayed a little longer.
He danced a bit too. Caught that on camera.
I did dance a bit. But like a lot of things that people forget about are NAACP traditions.
Yeah.
And we still do that game every year. The NAACP Love versus Peace Stop the Violence football game, which we take local high school seniors and we give them a stage to have an all-star game. And we've had some kids come out of that game that wound up in the NFL. We had some kids come out of that game that maybe didn't have a scholarship before that game, but there was a scout there.
Wow.
Because Joe Dean, who organizes that game, played football for LSU, played wide receiver for LSU, I think in the late 80s. So he brings in a lot of those old football players, NFL guys, to help coach. And a lot of times that's another stage for these kids. And every year we do that game. It's something folks forget about the work here too.
It's a lot of good in the community, yeah. So, as I understand it, the state conference will be held here soon too?
Yep. I'm about to jump on a call now about that. But the state convention is actually in Baton Rouge this year. So we want to have a good showing for that.
Yeah, right.
You know, we
Yeah.
want to have a good showing for that. But the state convention is here in Baton Rouge this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Right.
Yeah, appreciate it. I know you're a busy man, and so we appreciate your time and giving us this tour. So thank you so much.